will be starting with this question today called Asteroid Collision. So in this question, we have been given an array called asteroids, and there are some elements present in it, and we have to find that what will be the state of the asteroid array after the elements are destroyed. Now, what does that mean? How can an element be destroyed? So as you can see, here some condition is given. We have to find out the state of asteroids after all collisions. Now, if two asteroids meet, the smaller one will explode. If both are the same size, means if the magnitude of both the elements in the array is same, then both will explode. And what what else condition is that if there is a positive element, then as you can see here, if there is a positive element, it will move to the right, which means left to right. And if there is a negative element, it will mean that the element is moving from right to left. Now so. And if two elements are moving in the same direction, which means if an element is moving from left to right, they can't cancel each other. So how can we solve this question? The approach behind this question will be we'll be using the stack data structure. As the elements, as we'll keep iterating over the array, we'll keep storing the elements inside the stack. Now, I'll just start to explain the code. First of all, we created a stack. Now, in a stack, what conditions can we put? There is push, that we can push an element into the stack. There is pop, we can pop the element from the stack, and then there is peek. We can see the top element in the stack. So A is the element in the asteroid array. So if A is greater than 0, like if it is a normal element, then we'll just simply push it into the stack. Else, now here is what the main part is. We'll first see if the two collisions are happening, which means if an element is actually coming from the right and one element is coming from the left. So we'll see if the stack is empty. The stack should not be empty. And if the first element is greater than 0, which means it is a positive element, and the element which is at the top of the stack is a negative element, which means if we are trying to push a positive element and at the top there is a negative element, then they'll collide, which means that element will be popped. The negative element will be popped because the smaller value has to be popped according to the condition. Hence, we'll use stack.pop. Now, if another condition, that if the element which we are trying to push inside the stack does not collide with any element, which means if the stack is empty, like it is initial at its initial place, and if the element is smaller than 0, then which means then we can simply push the element into the stack. Else, if our top element is a negative element, then we'll just pop it because the smaller element will be popped. It will be exploded. And as we get all the elements inside the array, we'll make a new array called res, which means result. It is result. And we'll store the final elements inside that array. We'll check if the stack is empty or not, and if it is not empty, then we'll keep popping the elements till the stack is empty, and then we'll simply return the result. So that is all for today. Also, the time complexity and the space complexity of this code will be order of n because obviously we are using a stack.